All right, Hardianas. Today, fan favourite, Boris Walter. He is back and wow, that is potentially, I don't know, you've had some good episodes, but that is the best so far. We're about to record another one as well, which is kind of cool. But I'm just going to premise that this episode, we weren't intending this to be an episode. This was just going to be like, hey, let's just watch this. And it's blown out into maybe a potential 3-hour unpacking. Maybe actually, Boris, do you want to tell us what we just experienced?
Mm-hmm. I've had a hypnosis session with an individual only 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. And we had other ideas to have our podcast that were already booked and scheduled today.
Yeah.
Then this happened. And it was a gem. It's a luxury to have this client articulate so much from his inner world in hypnosis that it's given us great topics to discuss as humans, as people, as philosophers that are trying to upgrade our philosophies and systems. And he's given us the permission to share the audio, the content. And so we've gone on a journey of just unpacking, of listening to the session. And so I have shown Cam here how I hypnotize, and I've shown what his mindset was like prior. This man was a skeptic. Yep. This man did not believe in past lives, but he was open-minded. He just connected with me because of your podcast and what it meant to him, and he was just wanting to explore himself deeper, that's all. And he's gone into the most profound areas of reality and other lifetimes, and he's given us rich detail to play with in conversation.
Yeah. Mate, towards the end, some of that detail is absurd.
Yeah, man.
It is profound, and the past lives that he experiences. And thank you so much for letting us use this audio, unnamed man. But before we get into the episode, just going to thank our sponsors. So this episode's brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. You do a bit of work with All Trades.
All Trades,
mate.
They are awesome. Yes, I do work with them and they're corporate leaders.
Mate, it's so good that you're doing that work with them. But they are great people. If you're a tradie and you want a bit of coverage, they're going to be able to help you out. The best thing about them is they've all been tradies in the trade sort of area or been in the business of insurance long enough to understand the pitfalls that you normally fall into. As well, they're just legends. So maybe just hit them up. Even if you've got insurance with someone else, maybe they can be competitive. And even if they're not 100%, $1 better, if they're pretty close, support them because they support us. And I think that's what we want to be doing, creating a community around those people. Also, the same goes for our other sponsors. Crafted Finance. Now, we've had a lot of international and interstate people hitting them up about mortgages. That is limited to Perth as far as I'm aware. But they're able to point you in the right direction when it comes to that sort of financial advice and mortgages, business loans, car loans, those sorts of things. So if you are in the world needing a mortgage, specifically, that's their expertise, they're going to be able to help you. They're going to point you in the right direction. And the best thing about them is they are not so interested in just getting you the loan. They're going to present you with the best options possible. They're going to present you with all of the options, and then it's up to you to choose. It's free will, Boris.
Free will.
We love a bit of free will.
We do.
But they are really good people. They are like-minded. We love them. Luke and Zoe from Crafted Finance, hit them up and tell them we sent you. That would be much appreciated. But, mate, what an episode. I'm actually quite drained after that, so it's going to be good. We'll go get some blueberries, get some antioxidants in, maybe another coffee. And, without further ado, let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
So we'll do this in two. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, listeners, followers, YouTubers. I don't know if this is going to be. I don't know what this is going to be. This is going to be a reaction. Now, this might be released as an episode as well, as a precursor on Spotify. But if not, you're on YouTube watching. So welcome, Boris. Always a pleasure to have you back, mate.
Thank you. Okay, for context then, this is a very rare and unique and privileged for myself and whoever's going to be listening, because a client of mine has allowed the exposure of the vulnerability of his experience with me. And I do take it very seriously, the safe place that we create. But there's a lot of wisdom that can be extracted, a lot of learning, especially around such a phenomenal area of the mind and the human experience. So he's given permission for us to use this. We won't show any video, but we'll be able to share audio essentially. And what I wanted to do today, at least for this one, was to show you, Cam, that there's certain parts of this that I think are gonna help people in general make sense of the process, what I actually do in session.
Yep.
Right. And I'm perfectly okay with people knowing. The reason I don't share too much is because it's a very private space for others.
Yeah.
But now that we've been given permission for this one, we can actually listen to my process, how I induct people into hypnosis too.
Yes.
And then where this particular client goes, it will be quite insightful for people. So I'm excited to reveal it to you, and it'll give us a great context for conversation after as well.
Yeah. So I guess to give anyone watching now an idea of what's going to happen, we're going to watch maybe almost in full this whole hypnosis, potentially. We'll see how much we
I'm
can
going to
go
show
through.
you all the juiciest parts, or the most meaningful parts, the scientific, rigorous parts that for a skeptic mind as well, that's really like the parts that they most want to hear.
Yep.
One is maybe the things that he wants to say prior to just show where his mind's at around these ideas of spirituality versus, and then the induction, how I hypnotize, listening to language that I use.
Okay.
You then pay attention to what I'm suggesting or not suggesting.
Yes.
And then where he goes by default.
Yeah. So this is exciting. And then we'll do like a standard episode as we normally would, where we can unpack all of this in a bit more depth. And even if we could recap a couple of those for people who maybe only listen to that. Cool. All right. So Boris, I'll let you lead, mate, and you take us through exactly what's happening.
No worries. So I'm just skipped past the just very brief introduction, and now that you'll just hear his views essentially on spirituality or past lives.
Buffering.
Fairy kind of side of things. And I feel like that blend is quite unique, and it just resonated with me. The way that you were talking, the way that you conducted yourself. There was parts of me that just resonated with the message, even though I might not fully believe in every aspect of it. There were parts that just felt like there was truth to what you were saying, and that I could get some value from that.
Was there any beliefs or ideas that you were confronted with that or challenged your old ideas and belief systems that you had to really think about?
Yeah, I think definitely the sort of past life stuff. It's not that I don't believe it per se, but I think it's hard to me. It's hard for me to fathom that is the existence that we live in, if that's true. And it really opens up a whole set of questions based on that. And it would radically shift my perspective on the world and my current existence, if that's true. But I am open to it. I'm not shutting that possibility away. It's more just like the idea of that being true is so radically shifting that I have a hard time comprehending that.
Yeah. And look,
All right. So we've just been given insight on his views. You can see he doesn't believe in past lives, but he's being ethical and he's showing his ethics around being open-minded about what's possible, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is sort of what you want.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you don't want to be like, okay, I know this is going to happen. Then you're probably subject to bias yourself as well. Yep. Yeah, having a bit of skepticism, healthy skepticism. I think it's good with anything.
Yep. So you can see that this person, this particular client, he's 32 years old, but he's developed a strong sense of framework of reality, which he realized in the podcast that he's watched with you and I.
Yep.
It's been challenged, but he says there's a lot of great insights. Just prior to this, he's saying that there's a lot of value and perspectives, and he has an open mind, but he finds it hard to believe, or at least change his belief on past lives, like if that's even a thing. And he does have just for context, he has a Christian background. He's not actively practicing or identifying with that. He's gone off on his own, but he was raised in a Christian household, which was quite rigid.
Okay.
Yeah, and he sort of it didn't work for him because it was rejecting of the way he was and the thoughts he was having. He had an inherent religious guilt that comes with more the rigid frameworks of Christianity or Catholicism. So yeah, that's the frame he's coming with, essentially, that past lives. He's going to have a hard time really believing that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Wherever you want to go from there.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, this client also, he has this idea that there's something more. So there's an appreciation. I think this podcast that he did listen to for us, it inspired him. And it's sparking inherent knowing that there's something more. So essentially what we're doing here with this session is we're exploring, his psychological phenomena around that, but also the exploration of like, can I tap into myself, whatever that more is. So we're just looking for a feeling, essentially. So this informs me on how I should approach his direction as well.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is fast forward it.
Okay.
2 hours forward.
Okay.
We don't actually start hypnosis until 2 hours in.
Really? Why was this? Is this just, you were just chatting?
Chatting.
Really?
And people think, well, people come in just for hypnosis. No. If you were to watch that first 2 hours, you would see the clicking, like how everything's dropping in. Conversation. You know when you're talking to a mate on the phone and you're like, you're in that flow zone?
Yeah.
We're in flow for like 2 hours.
Wow.
Where it's like landing. I'm feeling him, he's feeling me. I'm saying things that's almost like exactly what he needs to hear at that moment. I'm feeling his world as well. It's like, so I'm sharing a mind with him. And if it's the point of love. It doesn't matter your eyes open or closed.
Yeah.
You're sharing a mind, and essentially the work essentially is what I'm doing. It doesn't matter whether he's in hypnosis or not.
Yeah.
The reason I'll ask you to go into hypnosis is, okay, now we're going to just shut off the idea of a social connection. And now it's time for you to be a bit closer to yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Okay, so where are we?
Okay, so this is the process of you putting him under hypnosis?
Correct. So now what you're going to listen to is me, actually going through an induction. So an induction, there's always a pre-talk. So for those that are wanting to learn a bit about hypnosis, the pre-talk, what you speak about prior is pretty significant before you actually go into hypnosis. So what I might show you is the pre-talk, what I'm actually going to talk about. So you know that I'm not suggesting anything about past lives either. I'm not trying to prompt him, but what I'm doing is opening his mind to possibilities. And I'm also trying to let him know that he's safe.
Yeah.
Safer than he thinks. And that's the point, is that so your defenses aren't up when we actually close your eyes and go into it.
Yeah.
And that validates my need for that or whatever. But yeah, this is the thing. I'm becoming much more aware of these practices in real time.
Yeah.
As I think through it more and feel it more. But once again, it's that pattern continuing to play out like subconsciously. So yeah, just being aware of that and just speaking truth into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So now watch this. Just considering the time we got left, I want to show you how quick and easy we can just tap into the body for a moment. Yeah. So I'll take you through a hypnotic sort of experience where you just focus on the body, right?
Yeah.
And just notice what happens, right?
Just focusing on the body. That's all we're doing, right? We've only got 40 minutes left in our session. It's a 3-hour session.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking how intellectual he is. We're not going to go too deep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a toe dip, essentially, is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that way.
Okay. All right.
So that's why, and it was only by chance, let's say, or synchronous sort of beauty that I didn't have anything for an hour after.
So you extended and let him
We
go.
extended, just let him go.
This had such profound meaning to you, what you were hearing, that you thought,
Ethically, the depth that he was, it would be, I mean, I would have contacted my next client after, and I would have told them that we're going to have to just push it forward a bit. And I would not have broken him out of where he was.
wow.
Yeah. Because the profundity, it has nothing to do with me, but for his self-revelation, it's like he had to see it out.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, we're going into the pre-talk. This is what this is.
It's just provoking the imagination, right? Hypnosis is nothing more, nothing less than focus. That's it. Focusing on one thing long enough for it to be felt in its essence. No different to you driving your car, white knuckling the steering wheel, just thinking about that argument that you had. I should have said that. I should have said that. Next time I would have done this. And next minute you oh shit, was that light even green? I hope so. Sometimes you get home, or where did that trip even go?
Yeah.
You are there, but you are so living on the content of the mind, so focused on the inner content of the mind that your chemistry signatures think you're there.
Yeah.
That's where reality really happens, is in the mind. The meaning-making device of the mind. That determines the chemical responses, which is the lived, felt experience of reality. And so I'm just going to get you to focus on certain things, give you ideas to play with the imagination, the mind, and you just follow instructions and just notice what comes up as the hypnosis starts to work. As I speak to you more and more, giving you a focus and a direction, you'll start to notice that my voice starts to become your reality, your physical sensations. And so I'll just be talking to your body, asking it to show you things, random things, and just notice what comes up. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just allowing, without the mind judging it as right and wrong. Just see what comes up with a playfulness almost, right? And so let's just, if you're ready, I'll take you into your hypnosis, all right?
Okay.
What I'd like you to do in a moment, but not yet.
That's a pre-talk.
Okay.
One of the most significant parts of hypnosis.
Is that making them feel comfortable?
Yep. I'm telling him what he's about to experience, what he's about to expect.
Yep.
So it's significant because what he believes about the process. Now he knows that we're just going to play with the imagination. It's a playful thing. We're just going to provoke things and just see what comes up.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm shaping him how I want his mind to approach this thing, because everyone has stories about hypnosis and mind control. And so there is a hesitation. So I'm showing him that it's a natural phenomena.
Yeah.
You do it when you're white knuckling the steering wheel, going through traffic lights, wondering, was that even green?
Yeah.
It's a trance state. You're living on the content of your mind, essentially. Your body's chemistry thinks you're there.
Yeah.
Is the truth, right? And sometimes you get home and you go a whole trip and you're like, man, how did I even get here?
Yes.
That you are living in hypnosis in that moment. So it's a natural phenomenon. People need to know that. It's a natural phenomenon that you go into a trance state. They say around average 7 times a day. The difference is when someone else guides you, all of a sudden there's all these stories of mind control and hesitation. I'll be unconscious. Will I remember?
Yeah.
We overcomplicate and over-ritualize the process of a natural state of trance.
Okay.
All I'm doing is just dismantling any fear that he has around the process and trying to make it playful.
Yeah.
That's all. So he stops putting the guard up around the stories of what he thinks hypnosis is about, especially with the Christian background and the stories he may have heard on the podcast.
Yeah.
People start to think, "Oh my God, what's gonna come out?" Yeah. So my tone of voice is everything as well.
Oh yeah, your tone of voice is very calming.
It's just like
anyone listening right now is like, talk to me to go to sleep.
That's
it's very soothing.
That's coming. But yeah, essentially, I just want him to know he's safe. You're safe. Everything about my tone is just you're safe, dude.
Yes.
Let's just have some fun. That's all.
Cool.
Okay. Now we begin the induction is the stage 2 of any hypnotic process.
Nice.
I'm going to get you to put your hands about 6 inches apart and then clap together, seal the fingers together, and then 2 of your index fingers upright. And then you're going to separate them as far as you can. And then there's going to be a blurry spot in between those 2 fingers. And I want your eyes to focus on that blurry spot in the middle of those 2 fingers, in which you'll start to notice the hypnosis starting to draw on you in, like a hyper focus. And I'll give you another instruction from there where you'll notice the hypnosis starting to work, okay? All right, so when you're ready, hands like this, clap together, seal, 2 fingers up like that, separate them as far as you can. That's it. Focus on that blurry spot right in between those 2 fingers. And when you've got that blurry spot in focus, just say yes.
Yes.
Now watch what happens as you focus like you've never focused before on the middle ground right between those 2 fingers, and watch what happens when I say those 2 fingers are magnets now. And the more you focus on magnets, pulling and tugging and tugging and pulling together, just start to notice what magnets do. As your mind already knows, the closer they get, the stronger it gets. The stronger it gets, the closer it gets, until it passes a point where you can't even pull it apart, and you allow the magnets to just do what they want to do. And you'll notice the closer it gets, the heavier your eyes get, until they touch together. Your eyes will close at the same time. The moment those magnets come together, your eyes close at the same time. Just notice that.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. So what we don't need to listen to that whole part, but essentially what I'm doing there is just going to get him to focus on something, drawing his eyes more narrow, and so what we're doing is we're going to be focused on something.
What is that a part of that process about? Because we've had hypnotists on before, but they've hypnotized me on the podcast, and prior to the podcast, we did that exercise. It wasn't the fingers; it was the hands, bringing them together. So, what is that? Is that
why?
Is it a mind trick? It's just getting you. What is it to do?
It's getting you to focus on one thing.
Okay.
So a good way to think about hypnosis is just focus.
So it's like meditation to a point.
Yes, because if I say, hey man, just meditate, and you're like, oh man, there's all these thoughts coming in, I'm trying to do meditation, and then you get it's this friction that you put in the way because of a performative element.
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden I'm just saying, hey man, just look at this thing. Put your hands like that. Now do this. Now do this. I'm holding your focus on something. It does. There's 1,000 ways I can hypnotise someone. It doesn't matter.
Incredible, because I can't remember if we've spoken about it with you. I've definitely talked about it on the podcast, but when I do my meditations and I get into a deep state, almost like a trance-like state, that's when I speak my words and then I write them down, and then or I record them and I use them as the validation of the question that I asked prior to meditation.
Yes.
Now, I vocalize it, but I have to get myself into this deep state of trance or like meditation.
And it's focus.
And I guess that's all you're doing.
All I'm doing literally is taking you on that process of focus. The difference is, instead of putting you on a stage dancing like a chicken, I'm just getting you now to focus. When I've got your focus, I'm taking you on a journey. Imagine getting on a vehicle. My voice is the vehicle. And then I'm going to take you towards your hands, look at the biological phenomena. Or I get you to look at something over there, focus like you've never focused before. Now imagine zooming in. So I'm giving your imagination an idea to play with, right? And then, so now that I'm taking you on a journey of just this thing, then that thing, then this thing, then that thing. And before you know it, you've forgotten that you're doing the hypnosis. You're just following my ideas, essentially. And I could take it anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
I see.
What I'm doing is training you across time to focus. And it's no trickery around it. It's like, well, we're appreciating that your mind is scattered.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's okay. So that's why you're going to allow me to just give you something to focus on. And what that's going to happen is that across time, you're going to start to drown out the randomness around the outsides. And then it becomes this thing, then that thing, then that thing. And then the longer you feel into it, you're going to go deeper into it. And then it starts to become a biological felt experience as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
The way you trance out driving your car, you know?
Yeah.
Thinking about that argument you had with that person. Oh, I should have said this next time. Oh, man, I can't believe they got one up on me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, next time I'm going to do that. And oh, everyone was watching as well. Next minute, you're home and your knuckles will be like tensed on the wheel. And it's like, where was I just then?
Yeah. And it's messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So instead of mess, this is a different form of trance. This
That's
is
right.
Focus on, and letting your imagination.
Yep. Just allow the imagination. It's a faculty that's been given to you to create essentially anything. You are not living, you're living in a biological, physical world, but you're not. At the same time, you are living, your true experience is done by the meaning-making device of your mind. It always goes through a filter, which is why they say 10 people can watch a phenomena, but 10 people will experience it differently based on their own stories, shapes, identities, fears, desires. They'll tell you different stories about the experience, essentially.
Yeah.
It's a quality. And so that's where reality is happening in the story making of the mind.
Yeah.
It's not this person's did this thing to me. It's what I'm making sense of what that person's done to me. It's always filtered through the meaning making device of the mind.
It's all mental.
All mental. You got it. First law of the Kybalion. It's
Kybalion.
all mental.
Oh, okay. Yes.
All right. Now we're going on to, so after you do the induction, which is the second part of a hypnotic process, the third part is the deepener.
Okay.
So now that you've got their focus, look at this, look at that, feel that, do that. Oh, there's one moment where some people call the wizard moment or the Gandalf moment, where they see something magical happening in their body.
Yeah.
And it's like saying, okay, well, now there's magnets in your fingers. Watch what happens. Well, their mind knows what magnets do.
Yeah.
And so the more they focus on the idea of magnets, what's going to happen is their fingers start to feel this pull.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you watch their eyes? Oh, wow, there's something happening. Wow, cool. They could easily just say, no, it's not. I'm not playing the game.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't control you. That's the point. Yes, right. I can't control you. So it's like, are you willing to play the game of hypnosis with me? Yes or no? It's like, you're here, you're paying for the session. So it's like, play the game.
Yeah.
Focus.
Well, that's what Alan Watts talks about, where life is a sense of play.
Yes.
And that's what you're meant to do, is just play with it and
freedom.
dance with it. And
because if you do it and you do it courageously, you allow there's because you'll start to feel it. But don't worry about yourself sounding crazy or I'm just making it up and now I'm an idiot. If you get caught there, you miss the reward of what comes next.
Yeah.
You lose. All right. So get over that. Yes, it's just a trick and it's not really magnets. Like, who are you proving that to? Who cares?
This you need to have this chat with Delby because he can't get
that's right,
hypnotized because he overthinks and he sees all the trickery because he's tried to learn how to do it. And
so that's learnt behavior to make sure I see what's happening all the time. And that's the analytical mind that won't be in the process. It has to watch the process. So I'm staying at a safe distance.
Yeah.
It's learnt behavior for previous pains usually.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Here we are in the deepener, third stage of the hypnotic process. So you're just helpful now. Just see what it's like to take someone deeper.
Okay.
Notice maybe a color of that blockage, the color of the ideas and memories and emotions deep within that part of the body. Just tell me what part of your body you're noticing now, Dan. What part of your body are you noticing now?
My left knee.
Yeah. Watch what happens as you focus on that even more now. Even deeper. Even deeper.
So for context, just before that, all I'm asking him was, I've taken him deeper in the body and then just asked him, what are you noticing in your body? I've suggested just prior to this, your body's just going to show you something.
Yeah.
Right? It's just going to reveal something. Maybe some part of your body's going to stand out more than the rest. Right? So there's nothing spiritual around that. It's just focus on your body, what stands out as the thing that just you need to see. Something important is there. He says the knee. So I'm following him now. This is where I give up the reins. I've done my part. I'm in your vehicle now, and we're exploring the random things that come up.
Okay.
Knee.
This love, this magnetism wants to help you let it go. It wants to do what it's designed to do. So it's going to invite you to just know a little bit more about this knee, the energy within it. Might be timestamps, memories, visions, sensations, feelings, emotions, colors, symbols, impressions. It wants to talk to you. It wants to show you.
So what I've done just then is I'm saying that the magnetism that I drew from his fingers went into his body essentially, and it's going to be the thing that reveals to you. Why am I doing that? Is because it's something separate to him, because he would believe that I can't find my own diagnosis. I can't find my own magic, let's say. So we externalize it to the magnetism. The magnetism is going to show you something. And so it's showing him the knee. Now what I'm saying is it's going to just pay attention. As you zoom in, focus on it, sensations, ideas, maybe memories, timestamps, people. We don't know. It's like just pay attention to information. So I'm just giving him different variations or mediums of what information could take form and shape in.
Okay.
That's all.
Nice.
And then it's up to him to choose how it wants to talk to him.
What are you noticing right there?
Seeing blue.
Blue.
Now, as you allow yourself to breathe into the feeling of blue, that blue has information deep within the color sensations and signatures and coding of blue. Feel into that as you unlock the knee. What feeling do you first get?
This warmth around it.
Yeah.
This idea that it's floating almost now.
Yeah. As you keep breathing with it, just notice. It'll tell you all it wants to tell you about it. There might be lessons in there, ideas about it, as if it knows you more than you know yourself. As the magnetism extracts it, heals it, it'll show you little ideas, things that you need to learn about it.
So I'm suggesting that there is something to be learnt in there.
Yeah, okay.
So now I'm sparking curiosity that there's something there. I put it on 1.2 speed.
Okay.
Doesn't like the angle that it's on.
It doesn't like the angle that it's on.
Okay.
Feels like it wants to be somewhere else. It wants to rotate more up, allowing it to be more mobile.
Let's say, does it want you to do that physically in your body now?
So I'm moving my leg in that motion.
Yes.
It sweeps it's like a sweeping motion.
Yes.
And it feels comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
It wants to not be where it normally is.
Why?
It feels better. There's a piece to it that feels more aligned.
Yep.
Doesn't want to experience the pain that it's had before.
So
The pain that it's had before. So, and I'm literally just following him about it doesn't want to be in its position that it is. It wants to rotate. It's like, cool, man. So I'm just going with him.
Yeah.
Pain before. I'm not assuming anything in this moment about what before means. It could be before the session.
Yeah.
It could be before in his childhood. It could be in another timeline. I don't know, and I'm not going to tell him what that is.
Okay.
You don't want that. You. This is what I mean by you want to let the subconscious make sense of it.
Yeah.
So I have to keep with his information, assume a few things, but not suggest about what it might be.
Okay.
Or where it's from.
with it now. As it instructs you, you work with it. As you move more towards alignment, watch what happens when you align things more and more and more.
Just keeps finding, it's trying to find a spot that there's a place there that feels good. The rest of it feels like it's exploring it, but it's not happy with resting there. It almost feels like it's twitching now. Like there's a pulsating out of it, twitching down to my feet. Like
this could be so insignificant.
Yeah.
You know, it's like his leg could literally just be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know where his leg is.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's put it on. So that's the funny thing is like, but because it's coming up, I'm just going to stay with it. It's literally could just be, dude, like just move your leg because it's like you've decided to take this session on.
You're cramping up.
You're cramping up. And he's like, it wants to be to the left a bit. And like, we could make it the most grandiose thing, like, oh, but it could be something so insignificant. So this is why I don't hold any prior assumptions about it. It's like he's going there, so I'm not, whoa, this could be something in a past life, or oh, it's just a thing under his leg. Like, if you're a complete atheist or, you don't believe in it. What I'm doing is just he believes it's important now.
Yes.
So I'm going with it.
Okay.
That's literally it. I hold nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
it wants to hop into a position. Now I'm feeling it down my thigh into my butt, where it's sitting. It feels like it wants to pull up and then just separate the line better.
Could literally be
The
uncomfortable.
chair feels light under it. It's still not comfortable where it is. It's rotating through, but it's not fully happy with it.
I'm going to talk directly to the magnetism. You can hear my voice. It's very intelligent. I'm going to ask you now, the magnetism. Just show Dan, what are you trying to show him about this misalignment? Is it to do with now, or is it to do with another time, another place? The energies is accumulated in the body, in the leg right there.
So is that you just trying to navigate whether or not this is just he's uncomfortable?
Correct. I need to know now, is this important? Do you actually need to shuffle on your seat?
Yeah.
Do you need to move your leg? Or is this like something seen from somewhere else? That's
Cool.
it.
All right.
I don't want him to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you don't want to. Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
So this is that's a valid thing to do, because then you know whether or not this is something you should delve
Correct.
into. Okay.
So, and why I'm not asking him, I'm not saying, hey, dude, just check. Are you uncomfortable? It's too much of a social conversation that makes him the person. So if he's still a bit egoically minded in that moment, meaning still holding social frameworks that he came with, then that's why I've given the outsource a third intelligence, being the magnetism. I could create anything, but I just chose magnetism in this session.
Okay.
And so I'm talking to the magnetism because I've told him what the magnetism's about.
Yeah.
I told him it's intelligent and it knows you better than you know yourself.
Okay.
So in that assumption, he is projected something that knows him more than himself. And we can talk to it and it's going to talk back to you. I don't know what it knows, but he will put his deeper shadow parts into this magnetism and it will reflect back to him something. It might just say, yeah, man, you're uncomfortable in the chair, move your leg. I don't know. But I'm not going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to the magnetism.
Yeah, cool.
That's why I said that.
Good.
There's an idea of something sweeping in front of me. I don't know what that is. It's in front of, it's coming from the left of my vision across. And there's an idea of it, like a motion to it, like a snake or some sort of like, yeah, it's coming at me. There's like a face to it now.
It's going to get clearer and clearer. And
yeah, there's like an idea of it coming across and lunging at me almost, biting me.
Where's it biting you?
It's coming towards my face, but it then goes down. It sweeps up and down. And my leg goes in front of it. It locks it almost.
Yeah.
And it keeps coming. It's hissing at me, lunging at me, something. And then it sweeps down and I block it with my body. And I think it hits me. It hits me and I have to shake it off. There's like a wrestle. There's a fight to it. Some sort of energy there. Yeah, there's a bite. It's biting on my knee directly. There's a right on the outside, the inner part of my knee. There's like right in the meat of it. It bites into it, and it pulls it out as well. It rips and pulls to the outside of my leg, and that's where my leg keeps rotating through that position. It's like where it started and where it ended, and it doesn't know where in that space it's comfortable. It just keeps moving back and forth. And then I see it down on the ground, the thing that bit me, and I think I'm stomping on it. There's a level of my leg wanting to push down through that same knee, push down into it, like on its head or its neck or something, pushing into it, trying to kill it or get rid of it after the fight, after it's.
Do you have shoes on or barefoot?
I think I'm barefoot.
Yeah. Just feel that right now as you step in.
So the reason I'm asking him, are you barefoot or do you have shoes on? It's going to give him more vivid detail. It's gonna allow. So if there's a blurriness to it, because he's saying there's an idea of stomping.
Yeah.
So what I want to do now is provoke the imagination, provoke the creative faculty to give more color, more detail, so he can experience it more.
So ask a question about a detail of what he was describing.
Yeah. I could say, what's the ground look like?
Yeah.
Underneath you, is it grass? Is it what? But I'm asking for it because he's stomping on it. So I'm like, yeah, his mind will give it more detail, throw more color at it, essentially.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I did that there. And by the way, snake, at this point, I don't know what that is or means. He's wrestling with it. We know that there's ancient symbology around snakes and knowledge. So I don't know if this is metaphoric. I don't know if this is psychological. I don't know if it's a past life, another time, another place. For me, again, at this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm just going with it.
Cool.
I can feel it under my heel of my foot grinding into the ground. And I can feel my leg flexing into it, really pushing into it. And there's a twitch down my leg the whole way through. It's fully engaged and it just wants this thing gone. Yeah, it's just crushing down on the ground.
And then
but
what
it's in alignment with itself now. It's like it feels like there's power in that, strength in that motion of pushing.
Does it stop the snake?
I think so. I think I'm still pushing, but it feels like it's working. There's like every pulsating part of my leg feels like it's less and less every motion.
Is it crushing the snake?
Yeah, I see the snake's essence leaving its body. It's like radiating from it. There's a release to its physical body. It's like glowing around it now. But I can almost see it in my leg now. There's like a level in my leg that feels like it's been bitten. There's like an energy throughout my leg running through it.
Yeah.
It's just the whole leg is glowing in a very distinct way.
What does that glowing mean?
It feels like it's dying. It's its last remnants of existence.
Yeah.
It's like glowing and then it's slowly fading away. And not completely, just a little bit. Like it's slowly over time fading. And my leg is less, I can't control it as much. It's losing its strength. It's still pulsating and twitching, but there's no force now. It's like it's just, it wants to continue, but it can't do it like it used to. The energy is being sucked away from it.
What's
It's almost-
the energy away? Is the bite, is that where it's extracting it, or is that essence of the snake extracting it? Where's it being extracted?
Out of the leg itself, it's radiating out of it, and then it's dissipating. Now it's almost completely gone. There's almost no light. There's a glimmer, tiny bit. It's going right now. It's basically gone.
And what's the consequence on the physical body? In that?
I have fallen down into the leg, and I've rolled into it on the ground. There's grass on my cheeks. My body is just rotating around backwards on itself, back onto my back. The grass is everywhere. It's around me. This leg doesn't work anymore. And I'm just rolling in the grass like this. This tall grass everywhere. My body is now like twitching and vibrating. It can't control it really, just locking up. It's feeling very stuck in position. I can't move like I used to. And the grass is like coming, it's like enveloping me, it's fully covering my face. And my legs are covered now, they don't work. I can feel the grass touching every part of my face. It's on my nose, it's on my eyelids. I can't get away from it, it's fighting against me. I feel like I'm being wrapped up in a cocoon. It's covering every part of me. But now there's suddenly a light on the left side in the sky, some sort of beam. It's like it's pulsating down towards me.
Okay. Where's it going?
Well, certainly from an observational point of view, it sounds like he's been bitten by a snake. He's killed the snake in response, and then now the venom's taking course, and he's slowly dying.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So
Yes.
that's what I'm holding in my mind. Again, not holding any context of timelines or nothing like that, just following his story, but that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
And his face hitting the floor, his venom's taken its place. He's died.
Yeah.
And what's the first thing he sees? A light.
Yes.
There's some light glimmering.
Does he say a being of?
There's a beam.
A beam of
A
light.
beam of light. Yeah, I've got it on 1.2 speed. Is it too fast?
No, that's
It's all
great.
good?
Yeah, I'm
All
definitely
right.
hearing it.
Slowly, but it's there. I can feel it. It's the pain in my knee is like gravitating towards it. It's like flying. My knee is like flying up into it almost
His knee's
by
gone
itself.
by itself.
And the feeling of pain is going. There's nothing there anymore. It's just floating. And then the rest of my body is floating away with it. by my legs sort of backwards, and the grass is gone. It just feels like I'm connecting back something, some sort of tentacles or something, or some sort of, something that I'm going into. It's like embracing me with it, but it doesn't feel bad. There's like it's like the same grass feeling, but it's like now wrapped around me, and it feels better, much better. And it's like swooping around my body and calling me in. Just feel part of it now. It just feels comfortable. My knees feel like they're weightless. My whole body just feels like it's kind of floating. There's a beam of energy going into my heart directly, like a straight path down. It's like overwhelming me with this idea of acceptance and connection. It's like flowing in and out of me, around me, like a circular infinity. And then it's going back out and out into the universe. And it's coming back in, and it's just glowing now from my heart. It feels like it's connected to more. And I feel like I can breathe better. I don't have a restriction on my breath.
And breathe deeply.
Every breath feels like it's glowing more. My left knee now feels like it's completely fine. There's no pain, there's no discomfort. It feels better than before. It almost feels like it's new, like there's something remade about it. It's pulsating like it's never done before. And now the other knee feels the same. Doesn't feel like it had pain, but it feels like it's new. And it's going up my legs and down into my lower sternum, connecting me through. This idea that everything becomes unlocked now, becomes unlocked. Every breath feels like it opens me up more. There's like a freedom to it that it doesn't know a limit. My body doesn't, in my knees, it doesn't feel like there's a physical space for them anymore. They almost exist as part of the field around them. They are the same. There's no difference. They aren't connected to my awareness of them now. And that feeling is kind of going up through my body, connecting to the rest of it. My fingers still feel attached though. They feel connected to me. There's a part of them that doesn't want to let go. They feel valuable and useful. And they don't like the idea of letting it be nothing.
That's interesting.
See where it's going? His fingers don't want to let go.
Like that's a separate part within himself almost.
Yeah. He's got an awareness in this moment that his fingers have choice, consciousness, attachment, fears, desires, thoughts. And he's saying, my body is let go, but my fingers right now, they feel valuable. What's that? It's a human construct. Like, I am valuable to this world. And so he's now just experiencing his fingers as not wanting to leave because it's attached to this idea of value in this world. See where this goes?
feel like they are me. So they protect, they serve me. So they don't want to go, because if they go, I have no defense against anything. But slowly they're disappearing.
Ah.
What are you noticing?
It feels like when he said, I have no defense against anything, that's what he would use to fight off anything that, like, while he's defenseless, lying paralyzed on the floor, that's his last hope to staying alive. But the body's given up and accepted death.
Yep.
That's how it's feeling.
Yep.
And that death sounds quite as much as no one wants to die. And
Yeah.
the crossing over sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
It sounds like this acceptance of connection back to source,
Yeah.
back to the everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds lovely. I don't want to die. It does sound lovely though. It sounds beautiful.
Yeah. And so, look, in the work that we do, psychology, what are we doing? We're looking always in any healing work, we're just looking for fear-based conclusions, because these are your attachments. Your fear-based is like, something happened, it was traumatic, high emotions in a negative way, which makes it dense for this earth, it stays heavy. It's fear-based, not love. Love is light, it gets upwards, it floats, it goes back to the one. But if it's a heavy emotion, it stays, right? And so his hand is like, no, I've got it. There's a conclusion based from fear experiences, which is, no, I need to protect. But this is what humans say. No, I can't take responsibility, because there's a belief that when I take responsibility, bad things happen because of past experiences. So you've concluded that I can't take responsibility, but that's not freedom. And you know you're foregoing your potential. This is what we do. So we're not living in freedom because of a fear-based conclusion. His hands are storing the knowledge of that.
And is that, well, I guess maybe we'll go further into this.
Yeah.
Is that based on something that's happened to his hands, or potentially in a past life, or something he is relating a past trauma to his hands and lack of defense? Or
because it was his leg that was bitten.
Yes.
But his leg healed upon ascension.
And let go.
And it's been reborn. It's like a new leg again. Almost better than it was before.
Yeah.
So there's something around that he's resolved. It doesn't matter for me, but he's managed to get his legs back. Cool. But that's not the issue. But what's the process? It's letting go. Something is dissolving. His self is dissolving into a light of some sort that feels purposeful and intelligent. He didn't choose any of this. It's happening in sequence. But there's now this restriction of ascension, which is his hands playing a bit stubborn.
Yeah.
Almost. So we get to explore why.
Yeah, okay. Why?
Why aren't your fingers, sir?
Why won't you let go? Why are you clasping? Interesting.
Naughty fingers. Let's figure out.
They understand that's okay to fade. They're fighting it the whole way. They don't want to let go with everything. My elbows still connect. My shoulders still connect. My head still connects. My feet and my legs are gone.
There's like the right arm.
They just know they are needed. They need to fight on. Otherwise, they don't exist properly. They don't have a purpose.
It's attachment.
Yeah.
My shoulders really don't want to go. They're clinging on to everything. I can feel the chair pushing back on them. They understand their purpose, but they won't. Without them, what can I do?
Without them, what can I do? These are human beliefs.
Yes.
How do I exist in this world without them? I'm not useful if I don't have them. I can't contribute to the world if I don't have my arms and my legs and my body. I need this to exist. I can't do anything more than that.
I'm nobody without my shoulders.
My feet feel free. They feel like they have let go, and they're coming back and almost talking to my body, the rest of my body, and saying it's okay to let go of that. They can do something else. They can.
His legs are coming back to say, hey, man.
Oi, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Intelligence, not of the self, but of parts.
That's interesting.
Right.
Like each part of the body has its own.
Now,
Is that something we're aware of, or has that ever been talked about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
has?
don't know if we've spoken about it here.
No, we haven't spoken
But
about
we've alluded to fractals. Fractals, what are we on the earth? I've alluded to other hypnotic sessions where they've told us it's nothing to do with you. You are like a hair on a dog, essentially. You are like just a part of a bigger organism. It's nothing to do with you.
That makes far more sense
It's
now.
Earth. That is
Wow.
the soul. Earth is its own entity, and she is an adolescent. You are on the ride. As she evolves, you evolve. You are just aware of yourself.
Oh, that's
You are the
my brain
finger.
is having that knowledge.
Yeah.
That the eye is working to serve the brain to
Yes.
turn that all into information, but there's the something in here
Yeah. Yeah.
that is the self, but they're all having their they're all different.
Yes. Like we are different.
Yeah, my
on
fingers
the organism.
are a part of my experience there.
Yes.
I see.
This
Interesting.
is Boris. This is Branchy.
Yeah.
All
Wow.
Like here's the hairs of someone else. These are countries. This is Earth. My whole self. Or it could be greater than.
I'm sorry, I keep cutting my hair. I'm sorry, guys.
Cutting the grass.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We are conscious, but really we are a part of the bigger organism that is in the process of evolution and its own self-awareness within the grand cosmos of things.
And this brain is putting all of them experiences together.
Yeah. It's the consolidation process.
Yeah.
You
Turning
know?
it into something logical and structured that we understand isn't the right word. Well, understand is because our brain is, but that's a paradox because your brain helps you understand and put piece things together logically and chronologically. Yet that is also the tool that puts every experience from each individual fractal, toes, calves, hamstrings,
Yeah.
eyes, together to make sense of things.
Yeah. Maybe it's a
Oh,
receiver.
what a paradox. Yeah.
It's a transmitter receiver.
Yeah.
It connects you to the oversoul.
We've talked about hearing that 2 or 3 times. The second time in 2 days.
Yeah. There you go.
It is a transmitter receiver. The brain is
Yeah.
a tool. Is it?
So it's collecting information of your essence, your entity, your identity, right? And it's what's the experience of the finger? Oh, it hurts right now. Oh, it's cold right now. And it's giving feedback and consolidating through the transmitter back to the fractal above.
It's receiving. Where is it transmitting to?
Something of the oversoul. We don't know. We just call it that thing.
Yeah.
But like
Giving it a name.
his finger being aware of itself. Now imagine you're the finger saying, okay, there is parts of the finger that are me and they all give me feedback as the finger and I give it back to the body of Boris.
Is this why when we have heart transplants and we have these things happen where we've had a story sent in from a listener, for example, where they've said, I had a heart transplant and then the love of sunflowers that was so strong in this person then became an unprompted change in their draw towards sunflowers.
Yeah.
Is that what we're seeing, do you think?
Yeah, because the experience is not within the identity.
Yeah.
It's within the part.
And so you're just drawing on the...
Yeah.
Wow.
Body keeps the score.
Oh, wow.
This part keeps that score. I locked my trauma here.
So almost when you're saying honor the self, you're honoring all of it.
All of it, yes.
And that's why balance
And remember, they tell us it's nothing to do with you. You don't exist. You are an accumulation of parts, essentially. This is the Gestalt philosophy as well. The sum of its parts is more significant than the whole, you know? And so it's like these parts all have information.
Oh, fuck. I mean, that makes sense. I've never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to me right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm ready to hear it. And we spoke about this prior to the podcast, how there was things in speeches I've listened to that I wasn't ready to hear 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they make sense to me, just like you coming on the podcast 2 or 3 years ago, saying things, not realizing we've repeated that 2 or 3 years later, thinking that's the first time we've heard it. No, we just didn't hear you when you said it.
Yeah.
Now, someone might be listening going, what do I care?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not their time to hear that part.
Well,
Or maybe it doesn't matter to them yet.
Maybe not yet, but the beautiful thing about what we're doing here and what I think my calling is to simplify the complexities of law. Like we spoke about the Kabbalion, the law of correspondence, as above, so below, fractals. Yeah, it's like, yep, we all agree that that's true. We've seen patterns in nature. But the hardest thing is to apply that wisdom into the self.
Yeah.
Now we have natural phenomena where we can, if we slow down and converse and fumble through conversation and our sense making, we can see the same laws happening within the self now. And now we get to understand it a bit more. You know, what does it mean to have the law of correspondence, as above, so below? Well, I am a part of this earth mechanism, and I guess I give information back to the everything in some way, but there's now parts to me that I am a fractal of that. And they all have consciousness within themselves, is what we're seeing here.
Wow. Yeah. Definitely, not something I've ever even contemplated.
This is
was your finger having its own experience.
Well, we've had that book, right? What is it? The Body Keeps the Score. This puts it in context with more detail. And I think evidence, in the loose way we can say evidence, that there is a natural tendency or phenomena to allude that the body does keep the score, meaning my finger or my hands or my arms, my shoulders holds information in timestamps, stagnations, blockages. And so it holds like a storage device. And you can go back into your storage device, one of these parts that hold the information. We don't know where it is in the information field, but it's like, because you can't cut the finger open and say, oh yeah, there it is. In a physical way, you can't see any of this on a microscope. Yeah. But yet look at its impact on the identity and experience of such thing right now, where it seems to be significant. You know? But nowhere in biology, but it holds into that's what say the field. It holds within the field. Yeah, the field is a good way to describe time, I think, because time we experience obviously is a linear thing, like a dimension, like a prison that we're sort of in. And I guess within that realm, that's where these are stored across the field in certain points, like a frequency marker, a unique frequency point, which you can go back to that exact coding. Yep. And I guess that's where we start to see that quantum entanglement, where you might have two of the exact same sort of codings that are linked potentially, not limited to the shackle of time. Yep, you've got it. Third dimension is the spread out timestamps, vantage points within time. But time being the fourth dimension. So you tap into the fourth, hypnosis, deep states of focus like this, you start to become aware of the coding, you know, the accumulation, like, time itself is, let's just say it's a field. Yeah. But you don't experience in linear fashion when you're in the fourth. Only the third you experience the spread out of time. Yeah. But when you're in the fourth, let's say right now a client is in the fourth. And so time isn't experienced. What you're seeing is just signatures of ideas. Yeah. The idea that I am nobody or not valuable without this shoulder, this finger, this hand. Yeah. It's attached to this timestamp somewhere, right? And so we are tapping into the coding rather than the actual time or place right now. It's just the essence, let's say, of that timestamp. We don't know what else it connects to. There might be multiple things it connects to, which you're going to find out. It does connect to something else.
Oh,
Let's see where he goes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
They can be useful somewhere that isn't here. They're allowing myself to disappear. Slowly, my arms are going. My elbows are disappearing. My neck feels like I'm floating. My brain just is clinging on. It understands that it needs to go, but there's a barrier. It's like a wall of light in front of me. It feels really powerful, but also scary. There's a roughness to it. There's lines in it. It's not smooth like the rest of it. It has like piercing elements, shapes, and it's going into me, going into my heart, and it's telling me that there's parts of it that are polarized and different. It has both black and white in it. It's defined. It's not a singularity between the light, and it's cutting me apart almost. It's pulling me. It's like a grater. It's grating me away, and it's cut me in half. I'm separated down the center. Sliced me into with its edges. And there's the other light, the single light, that's flowing around the front and around both halves of me, connecting them, like flowing between the two. I'm still separated. I exist in two parts simultaneously. But it's okay. They don't feel like they need to combine again. They feel okay being separate. But the light, it's fusing the two. It's unifying them in a different way than it has before. It's separate, but it's not different. They still connect to each other through the light. They understand that they're okay being separate because they understand that it's okay to be in opposition to each other, and that without that, there's nothing that connects them properly. The contrast makes sense. Otherwise, we have nothing to show. Those rays of light, the sharp rays are sliding away, allowing the body to fuse again. And it's fusing down the center with a strong beam of light surrounding it like a belt, fusing it, radiating from it. My body feels like it's useful again, but different. It's more unified. The cocoon of grass is lifting. It doesn't feel like I'm restrained by that anymore. It's like I have the power to push it away without touching it. My arms understand that they don't, even in this state, they can still be useful. They can work in a way that's different. It's the power, it's light that pushes it away, not the act of moving itself through the body. Its strength is almost zero physically, but feels infinitely more powerful than it did before.
So paradoxical.
I can see the snake on the ground dead. Its energy is gone, but it's still looking at me like it was alive. My leg is away from it now. It's separate from it, but it feels powerful. I don't need to squash it anymore. I don't need to swing my leg into its rotation. It doesn't need to move. It just feels in alignment with where it is. My whole body feels like it's where it needs to be. It's now combined. It's got a glowing radiation around it. Makes sense. Where before I had an isolated spot where it all came from, it's now part of everything. We don't have a difference. There's no difference in that feeling. It's just that I've now combined both after separation. And I can now tap into that wholeness much easier and push things away that don't need to be there without actually pushing.
Are you aware of what he's saying? Like,
Kind of.
It's like as if the process of what's just happened in the light, the separation of the body, realizing the wisdom of having duality, both are necessary. Essentially, it's like saying the light and the dark are both equal.
Yeah.
Only after that wisdom, that experience that he's just been able to experience and then come back to his body, he's consolidating that life of I'm not separate. There are no bad parts to me. I don't need to reject that as a bad thing. It's now consolidating itself into they are all equal. It is essentially what I'm understanding about what he's trying to say. Now it can move freely because it's not the judgment of it. I am aware now in the wisdom that it all is necessary, light and dark.
Yes.
Because when humans experience pain, we say that's bad, it's evil, or that's thing. There's too much separation, which means you are fragmented. It's not whole. And so there is a natural tendency towards wholeness again, consolidation of all things. And so our task is to consolidate the dark again. And so he has a natural tendency to consolidate the dark. And there is a freedom in what he's experiencing by going back to this body.
An understanding and an acceptance of that darkness.
Yeah. And somehow it seems to be freeing. Is what he's explaining.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm just going to go turn on my camera again. It's turned off.
Yeah.
The snake is now gone into the ground, like fell through the floor, through the grass, just sinks down and becomes part of everything. I can now get up from the ground and move, but I'm floating. I don't actually use my body anymore. It's a separate feeling of moving. It's like an intuition of moving versus moving. My body knows that it's not doing it. It feels very separate from it now. I can fly, I can float, but I can also engage with the world on some level. I'm moving things around me through my presence.
He's moving intuitively.
Trees
things.
are separating as I fly through them. The wind's reacting to me. I can feel the trees growing around me. They speak to me in some way. They feel like their energies are mixing with me as I cross through their paths.
They're more connected to nature.
Intertwining. Everything feels like it's part of the same. The ocean now is swelling towards me. It's the water's joining with me, and the energy is now going through my feet, up into my arms, my head. It's all the same thing, regardless of what form it takes. It feels the same to me now. The snake in the earth is part of the same earth. It's connected to me through my feet, through the ocean, through the trees, through everything. And then I zoom out from the earth and I can see that as one part of everything else. And I'm connected to that, but I can also connect to the stars around me, planets, the gravitational field around that, all the particles in the atmosphere. Everything is just connected to it. It's all flowing in and out simultaneously as the same thoughts of oneness become everything. It doesn't change how I see myself, but I can see myself as one of those entities, pieces, but yet we're the same. Different forms manifested, each individual and unique, but of the same connective tissue, the same identity, the same soul underneath. Nothing feels separate. It's all one. And then I'm back on Earth in a hut.
Okay. So it seems like he's accepted. He's become aware of duality and its beauty, and how the dark and light live in balance, the yin and the yang, these sorts of philosophies. And now he's back.
All of a sudden. See, no prompt, but he's in a hut.
In a hut.
He zoomed out of the whole thing. It seemed to be a natural progression here. I'm not saying this is the thing, but I've seen this a lot. This natural process of what he's just gone through, from wrestling with a snake, feeling all the emotions, dying, and then experiencing this light, then somehow going through a review.
Yeah.
This review of the body, the emotions, the lessons, these attachments.
Yep.
It comes into your awareness. And then there's this natural consolidation process when he sees the wisdom, or he learns the lesson. There is a freedom that starts to unveil. I am not separate. There are no bad parts. Everything is one, in that wisdom of the life first. Then he comes back to the awareness of the life, the snake, and there is no rejection anymore. There is an awareness that it's all. And then the reward seems to be, now you get to experience the one thing again. You are remembering your connection to the earth. Now he starts to feel the earth as himself, and he's moving with it. And the wisdom that's coming out of that, it's like, wow, I am aware of my individuality, but this underneath part, that we're all connected through some tissue almost. And he zooms right out of it. This is the earth soul in some way. Boom. It's like, job well done. Now you're in a hut.
Let's go again and let's see what you can remember.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my Lord.
So let's see where he goes. And I've
Now,
just
this
said
is not,
nothing.
this is unprompted. This
Unprompted,
is him.
man. This is unprompted. So I'm just going with him. And so look, we're very fortunate to have someone that has this level of courage, because it takes courage to just go with it and just speak. This is what I'm asking everyone to do. Stop judging it. Stop judging it. Just speak. Just say the thing. Because if their logic mind's there and they don't want to sound crazy, I don't know if I'm making this up, or I don't know why this is coming to me, or this kind of, but why am I? They're analyzing it. No, dude, leave the analysis for after.
Yeah.
Just be with the randomness.
Yeah.
Remember the instruction at the beginning? It's random things that come out. It doesn't have to make sense, and it doesn't even matter. Stop judging, because then you allow the freedom of this. Everyone just gets to go on the journey. Essentially, we can discuss after without judgment. Make sense of things. See where it lands. Is there anything important or significant?
Yeah.
But there's something about the necessity for the freedom of the mind, the subconscious, just to have a moment in time where it can just flow.
And so he's in a hut.
And he's in a hut. Let's see where he's.
Oh, this is good.
I'm on the floor sleeping, but I still feel connected to it. The mud around me is very wet and cold, and feels a bit. There's rain outside. It's wet, and I'm uncomfortable with how wet it is. But I'm not cold internally. My body feels warm. It's still radiating heat, but I'm aware that it's raining outside, and this hut is leaking. We don't have the correct roof on it. The water's dripping everywhere. But it doesn't matter, because I'm collecting the rainwater in the hut in a bucket. I have some family with me. There's a sister there, and she's also doing the same thing. And I have, I think, a son in the corner who's very young, a toddler. He doesn't understand the rain is okay. He feels worried by it. He's scared by the sounds of it. My sister is reassuring him that it's okay. and that we need the water to survive. Still feel wet though. But there's this understanding that the outside can help the inside. Inside this hut is okay, outside is the same, but can be seen as a negative depending on how cold it gets and how wet it gets. But we're safe in there, even without the roof properly done. I know we're okay inside of the hut. Now I need to go outside because the bucket's overfilling and we need to put it into something else. I step outside and slip on the mud. It was too wet and we didn't think about it. And I drop the bucket and I land on my left shoulder really hard. I think it's broken. And the water's gone everywhere. It's over my feet. It's covered my legs. I'm shivering and cold. And my shoulder is just sunk into the mud. It's like ground into it.
Earlier.
I can feel it around me. My sister comes out and is trying to help me up, but I can barely move. I feel like my shoulder's stuck in the ground. It's like anchored into it. And she pulls me up. Like I can't move that arm properly. I try and hug her, but the right arm only hugs her, the left arm's limp, doesn't work. And she starts crying and she's worried that I'm not going to be okay. My son then starts crying as well. And I go in to console him. And he's worried that his dad is going to disappear. All I can think about is how much I need to be there for him and how my arms need to carry the water back to him so he can survive.
Attachment.
And my sister's trying to do it for me, but I keep throwing her off. I can't let her do it. I need to do it. Otherwise, why am I there? What's my point if I can't lift up the bucket and help?
What's the point of my existence if I can't pick up a bucket and help?
Yeah. So the trauma from the trauma from past has retained itself within those shoulders. Their feeling of purposelessness.
Yes. Yep.
And it's carried on.
Yep. Your identity, your significance in your identity is through the value you can provide through your shoulders' capacities. So
in this specific case,
it's an over-identification with the shoulders' capacities, attachment.
Okay.
My son's just crying. He doesn't understand what's happened. And I keep feeling like I'm slipping everywhere. The ground is uneasy under me. But I need to move out of this hut properly. I need to continue doing what I needed to do, the mission I was on, even with my arm completely immobilized. It's just hanging off my body. It's just the meat off my body hanging there. It doesn't have any purpose now. My right arm, I'm left-handed, so it feels extra. I feel debilitated by it. I can't move this arm at all. So the right arm is taken over, and it's never had to work this hard before. But it knows it needs to step up and pull its weight. Otherwise, my family will suffer. And it's compensating. It feels the tension through it already, the pressure that it hasn't had before. It doesn't like the responsibility, but it accepts it. And it feels important for once. I'm going down a cliff now. It's still raining, it's muddy, it's wet. My right arm is supporting me as I fall back onto the mountain. I'm sliding down the mountain. And it's muddy, and there's grass, and there's branches and twigs, and everything just pushing me away. I'm holding the bucket in that hand as well. It's separate. I'm trying to hold on to both at the same time, but I can't really do it properly. And then I'm sliding down this mountain. I hit the ground of it, the valley, and I'm stuck there. I can't get up. I can't get out of the mountain. It's too steep and it's too slippery and wet. And I'm down there with this bucket in my right arm, and all I can do is dig a hole. I'm digging into the ground with my arm. It's trying to save, I'm trying to make a shelter or hide myself away from the rain. And I'm separated from my family. They're up the top of the hill and I'm down the bottom. And the bucket's overflowing with water. And I know that I need to get it back to them, and this would help, but I can't contribute now like I used to, and I'm stuck here. I've created this hole that I'm sitting in, and I'm just in the hole, sitting away, useless, trying to wait for the rain to subside. And it's suddenly the night's gone and it's the daylight. I can see the sunrise over the horizon, and it's stopped raining, and I can feel the warmth of the sun on me now. And I'm still in this hole, hiding away. There's a relief to it. The sun feels warm and embracing, away from the cold, dark, wet of the night, and the mud's starting to dry out. And it's better than it was before, but my arm still doesn't work. It's still hanging on. And my right arm feels heavy from holding the bucket all night. It's weighed down. It's pulling it down, like it's separating itself from me. It's trying to dislocate itself from me. It doesn't like that it has a responsibility now. It feels overwhelmed by it. It doesn't know if it can do the job. Yeah.
So he's still talking about his arm as it has its own consciousness, right?
Yeah.
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 It feels burdened. It doesn't want to.
Yeah, from the third person. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's uncertainty around. There's uncertainty around its existence, but it still will do the job. It needs to do that, otherwise something worse will happen. I get out of the hole, and it's warmer, and the mud doesn't feel as squishy between my toes. It's more solid. Maybe I can climb up the hill, and I start climbing with one hand, the bucket in the same hand, slowly pushing up it. It's crumbling between my feet, pushing the mud apart. I don't feel confident climbing this. It's dangerous, but yet that's the only way. I can imagine my family at the top, and they're stuck without me. Can't help them right now, but I need to get to the top. I just keep climbing up, grabbing onto branches and anything I can find that will help get me higher up these rungs of the mountain. And it goes on forever. It feels endless. Every step is harder than the last. My feet are now pushing into the ground with such force that I feel like I'm gonna lose them. My arm is dying. It's so sore from carrying everything. Yet it continues on. My left arm is just there. I almost can't feel it. It just doesn't exist anymore. Keep moving up this mountain. We get close to the top, and I feel like I've almost made it. I can almost see the top of it. And it starts raining again. It's really pouring down. It's gushing down the mountain. All this water flowing like a river off it. It's flowing over my face, my hands, and my body. It's overwhelming me. And I'm holding on like I can't hold on anymore. I'm holding on, and I'm so close to the top. I'm 10 meters away from the top. Yet I can't move, because if I let go, I'm going to fall down and slide away. And the water's just getting heavier and heavier and heavier. It's washing over my face and over my hair. It's like I can't do anything. I'm stuck in that position. And I'm trying to pull myself closer to the mountain to hide under the water a bit more and find some refuge in there, but I can't. It's too overwhelming. I can feel my feet slipping through. The mud's falling apart under me. slipping away as my footing disappears. And I start sliding down. I let go of the bucket. I'm sliding down the hill increasingly fast. And then I hit the ground and my feet hit first and I fall backwards into my head. And suddenly it all goes. There's nothing else. I just disappear from the mud and the cold and the wet. And I'm just sitting in this void of darkness. It's black. And then there's another light to my left, again in a similar position to the first, but it's different. It's circular. It's not a beam. It's more like a little like orb of light with like extra layers to it. And it's kind of like rotating around me a bit, circling through my left side and just spinning, morphing. I don't really know what it is. It feels a bit odd and strange. I'm not scared by it. I'm just intrigued by it more than anything. It's almost scared of me as well. It's sheepish. It doesn't want to interact with me fully. It's dancing around, but it's not coming closer. And I want it to come closer. I'm inviting it to come around me more in front of me, less to the side. Doesn't know if it can do that. It's very independent from me. Doesn't know if it can interact fully with me. It's almost like it has a law that it has to uphold. And by interacting with me, it would be breaking some law. It wants to be good and uphold that, but it knows that it needs to interact with me because I want it to. And its will is subject to me wanting to interact with it. Its
will is subject to me wanting it to interact with me. Permission,
yeah.
Yeah, it's that there is
Consent.
some law. It is not allowed to interact with me and it wants to uphold it.
A universal law of free will.
Yeah, something of not intervening in multi-dimensional or interspecies, whatever this interaction is. It's aware of some higher law that it doesn't want to break, that it can't just interact.
So it feels like he fell down the mountain, hit his head, and he's close to death.
Yeah, who knows, right? Yeah.
Potentially dying, or maybe he's unconscious.
Yep.
In that state of, am I going to get through this or not?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of his free will to choose.
Yep. I guess we don't know right now. Is he clinically dead? You know, has his heart stopped? Is his brain stopped? And the impact has put him in a limbo zone. We don't know. I don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all theory stuff, right? Is he just unconscious? Like it's a good point.
Yeah.
Is this where the mind goes in this limbo while you are still available to the body, not clinically dead? You know.
Well,
who knows?
The way we had Thelma Nelson on. Are you aware of Thelma Nelson?
A little bit, yeah.
She was great. The way she described it is in the moments of your death, it's like you're taken from your body, so you don't need to experience that trauma, the physical, actual, the worst part of it. You don't need to be there for that.
Yep.
And it's sort of like it just voids you, comforts you, and that's the way she described it. In the best way because the way she talks about it is they show her understanding of things. For example, the name Henry, they show her Henry the octopus because she got kids. So like, however that works for her.
Yep.
And yeah, so the way they showed her is that they sort of take you from that pain.
Yeah.
Because there's no need for you to experience that.
That's right. Yeah.
As a soul or a fractal or whatever that is. But again, that's also like, what is your understanding of what a soul is and your perception of that?
Yeah.
Because it feels like he's talking about it from both the person or the soul or the experience as a whole, but also the shoulder. It's like they're two separate things, but part of the same.
Yeah, and it seems to be consolidated in this moment, at least, that I'm I'm dying or I'm in this space and this thing's interacting with me. So he's speaking from the I, the whole body again, his identity, but still he can drop in and out of the consciousness of his shoulder, arm and hand or whatever.
That's a part of that experience.
Yeah. So right now his wholeness as a human is in some transitional stage. And so he's speaking back again from that wholeness again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Getting more in front of me, slowly coming closer, and it's changing its shape a bit, slightly less round, more cone-like shaped. And it's almost creating a point at the end, the point facing towards me as it goes closer and closer. And it's still worried about itself. It still doesn't want to move closer, but it will. And then it's sort of drifting in and out. It hasn't committed to it. It's just morphing and changing still. It doesn't want to be one thing and doesn't want to be in one place. It wants to keep moving. Like it doesn't know what it wants or how to go about it. And that's on my right side. It's really close to me, but it's like almost wanting to kiss me, but not. It's like a playful teasing almost. It's coming up and teasing the idea of interacting, but it's not now. And it feels like it's changed into a different. It's not because it can't now, it's because it's wanting to mess with me a little bit. It's like presenting itself and then pulling away like a kid would. It feels like a child, like it knows what it wants, but it can't do it properly. And it's just rotating in and out of me, playing with me, trying to get my attention. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels unsure. Now it's almost like the face has turned into a bit of a boot with spikes and angles on it. It's like it's kicking me almost. Like it doesn't connect, but it touches the side of my presence. And it's like every touch, it's pulling away from it. It's like taking energy from me and pulling away into itself. It's like a pendulum swinging through up and down, back and forth. And then I want to stop its energy being pulled from me, because I've just stopped now. It's like locked in position. It's like still attached, but it's not pulsating from me anymore. It's connected. And there's another one that's appeared on the other side, and it's trying to do the same thing, but I'm stopping it. They're both like locked in position now, and it's sweeping away. It's doing a different motion now. It's like sweeping in another axis, and I have to be aware that that's different. They're kind of trying to overwhelm me from swinging different. They've both got different orientations, and they're trying to distract me, pull my attention to either side, and I can't focus on both of them. It's really becoming a strong, sweeping feeling. And they don't feel bad. They just feel like they're pulling my attention in different directions, and I can't concentrate with either one. It started to slow down a little bit. I think I'm aware that the left one is still hanging on, swinging. The right one's stopped, more or less. The left one is being extra. It has a lot of energy around it. It feels bigger and it has more corners and edges to it than the other one. The other one's a bit simpler. This one's overwhelmingly big. Or it could be. It isn't at its full form, but it's definitely bigger. It's pulling away now. It's sweeping away, but it hasn't got me. It's separated itself. It's just sweeping endlessly back. And then the right one is still here, locked away, locked in its position. It doesn't feel that. It just is there. It feels like it wants to pull away though, like there's energy pulling it back on itself. But it's okay where it is. It accepts that it's there. There's now, it feels like a bird in front of me. It's like flying away. Its wings are flying. It's a V-shaped silhouette of a bird flowing away from me. It's like there's multiple birds. It keeps connecting and reconnecting to the same one and then separating from it. And it doesn't really know why it's there. It almost feels like I've witnessed it and it doesn't know why I've seen it. It's kind of confused by, it's almost trying to fly away out of my awareness. And away from my acknowledgement of it. And it's almost gone completely now. And every time I think about it, it comes back, but it looks at me like, why are you looking at me? Why are you aware that I exist? And it's just gone away. It almost seemed upset that I was aware of it, but didn't feel dangerous. It was more just like it was too busy to be aware of me being aware of it, and I had better things to do. Down some sort of tunnel now.
So now he's going down a tunnel.
Okay.
But so this would be good to get people weighing in on this conversation. Like, where is he? Like, what theory is that place that he just was? Because he's experiencing these two individual lights.
Yeah.
One small, sheepish, a bit childlike, playful, aware of some law that it can't play, but it's like fumbling through its playfulness with his energy, but it's like extracting energy from him as well at the same time. Then there's a larger one, very overwhelmingly big, slightly different shaped. It's quite distracting, but it's not bad. It doesn't feel it as bad, but it's like there.
Yeah.
You know, and like, what are they? You know?
Interesting. Yes, I'm very intrigued. It's hard to tell.
I know. And then you got this bird. Well, that could split off into other birds and come back, but then it's aware that he's seen him. It's like, and you're not meant to be able to see me, like a confusion, like, how are you able to see me right now?
Yeah. That was very interesting.
So it's like, is he in some middle dimensional place where my mind theoretically goes?
Yeah.
You're in the middle ground, you know, so you haven't crossed over, but because your physical limitations have disappeared, you can now be aware of the other planes of this earth where other things vibrate and exist that we couldn't see with the limitation of biology.
Oh, that's very interesting.
They are there, but you can't experience it while your biology is primary.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, because that's sort of something we've talked about many times, that it's just a frequency that we cannot experience.
That's right. Like microwaves, any other like radio waves, it's like you can't see it, but it's there, right?
Yes.
So remove the biological limitation. He's in this middle ground where there are these spirit type identities. And then this bird is on his mission, he's on his purpose, and he's like, what are you doing looking at me? How are you aware of me right now? You're not meant to be able to see me.
All right. So he's in a tunnel, and let's see where it goes.
Okay. So this is where he's on a monologue the whole time.
Yeah, well, for people at home, obviously they can't see the screen. I can see the screen here, and it's like it's got like a slightly black and a slightly grey sort of context down the bottom, and I can see when it's the darker one, that's when you're speaking, and when he's speaking, there's just this patch of grey that goes for a long time where he's uninterrupted.
You've got it.
Yes.
So here's where you're going to have to pay attention to language, right? Because he's now going to go and explore what we would assume is like metaphysical versions of reality, you know, like the seeing the all thing. And this is, again, it's his version, it's his context. But listen with a grain of salt, but it's going to be quite complex in nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So just pause me if you ever want to drop in and just suggest something, all right?
Yeah, okay, cool.
All right. In a tunnel.
It feels like it's endless cube, 4-dimensional tunnel that stretches into infinity. The end is darker than the rest. It's complete blackness, but the black at the end is blacker. It's darker. It has a weird energy to it. It curves around, but it's not. There's no. I can never reach it fully, but it doesn't know why. It's just drifting, and it's there, but it's separated from me. It almost encourages me to follow the path further down, deeper into this tunnel, this endless tunnel that feels like it can go on forever. And if I accept moving through it, I'm accepting that I will find it one day. And the tunnel's now opened up a little bit. It's allowed me to step into it and become closer to it. I'm still separate though. It's still a path that I need to fully go down. It doesn't seem like it's going to be easy. It's flying through. I'm flying through it now, and it's getting harder to move through it. There's more sides to it. There's more edges to it. There's obstacles pushing in front of me and flying past me as I fly through it. And they don't.
It sounds like, from my understanding or just what I've heard of descriptions or what we see in movies, is a black hole.
Yeah.
Like the closer you get, almost you feel like you can't get because time slows down because gravity is so strong, and there's more shapes and dimensions that are. Yeah, it does sound like a very similar description.
Yeah.
As what we have rationalized a black hole to be.
Yep. And he's having less volition or capacity for movement, less agency over his body and movement. It's now taking him. But you see, there was a moment of consent prior.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if I accept, I'll be able to go on this path towards.
You'll get to the end that you didn't think you feel like you can't get there. Yeah. But if you accept going into it, then you know that you will at some point.
Which what I'd like people to think about then philosophically is that there is two positions. You know, within this experience, again, there is an intelligence within him, his choices, and then there is intelligence that is inviting. It's like it says that you will get to the end, or it says that you will be on this path, you know, if you accept. So there is a him, and then there is an intelligence. There is something else, because there's a split. So he's playing with this intelligence that says this is what's going to happen if you do this. So it's starting to shape already that he's interacting with something intelligent that is setting rules and options and and so he's starting to play with that, which is again a higher mind, whatever. I don't know how we position that, but that's the thing that he's starting to interact with.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's again consent.
Yes.
If I accept, you know,
which is always back to that free will concept. Consent. Yeah. Free will. Yep. I choose this.
Yep.
Become very, very spiky, and they become very unsure of themselves with it. They don't know why they are the way they are, but I still need to push past them. And some of them are sticking around longer than the rest. Others are flying through faster. But I'm approaching this dark square, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and they don't. The square is less powerful the closer I get to it. It becomes less dense, the edges fade as I get closer to it. There's a gradient to the square itself. It doesn't allow itself to be as dense and as consumed as it was from the outside of the tunnel. It becomes bigger and more obvious to everyone. My entire view is now the square, but it doesn't overwhelm me. It just is it's almost wrapping around the edges of my shoulders around me, and connecting itself where the light starts to bleed into the edges of the dark, into a circular motion of blending of gray and white and black into a sphere around me and separated, encompassed around me. And I can spin inside of it now. I can turn around and understand all the sides of it. It doesn't feel like a square anymore. I'm in a circular sphere of light and dark, and they all blend and no point is separate from the others. They all connect. And there's no top or bottom. It's just this infinite sphere up and down in the vertical axis. And I can move up and down through that space and spin around through it as well. And it just is every point of that cylindrical surface is unique and separate and valid, and they all connect in some way to the other.
Oh yeah.
And it just goes on infinitely up and down.
That feels the way he's worded that feels like the same way I envision like multiple universes, or like the idea of multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
The connection, they're all like I feel like he's worded it better than I'm about to word it, but I experience it in my mind as this big infinite sphere in which every timeline is very similar. As I'm trying to people who maybe aren't watching at home, it's hard for me to, but it feels like within that sphere, within this area, if you're connected, and that's connected, each one is very similar to the next, the one that it's basically connected to, maybe slight differences. And then if you traverse maybe a million universes out to the left and forward in a different direction, it's going to be far different to the one that's right next to it. But then you'll come back maybe on your path into a different area and you'll circumnavigate that whole sphere. They have all the infinite different possibilities, and that's how it's sort of connected. Does that? I've definitely not described that, but the way he's said that made me envision that same concept.
Yeah. And look, this stuff here is so hard to language because it's an experience so far detached from a human logic.
Yeah.
So look, you should be able to fumble.
Here we go.
Through this.
This may be a bit of a better way to visualize it. Imagine a jar full of Smarties, and you're in one. You're experiencing the timeline within one of those Smarties or M&Ms, and the one next to it's far more similar to that one that it's touching than it is to the one that's maybe at the top of the pile. But they are all connected, and there is a pathway to all of them in which we choose where we're currently perceiving or having a perspective from. Yeah. But you can't jump from this one to that one. There is a pathway there through choice and free will.
Yeah.
You starting to see that analogy in my head? Maybe that's a better way. Visualize it anyway.
Yeah. And you know what? The more information you get from what he's about to say as well will start to flesh that out.
Yes.
And you know what's interesting is when I did a mushroom journey, I was shown. It was like this. He called himself King Arthur as a bit of a laugh almost, but it was like my higher self, some version of this fatherly figure. And he's like, "You wanted to see the everything, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, and he shows me a sphere of light and dark, and he's like, well, "This is it." And then he explains it in the same way. This guy's about to explain it as well.
Oh yeah.
And what you're alluding to as well.
Yeah.
So just think about this, I guess, some idea of a universality of what this sphere is. You know that Bashar guy that channels, that bold fella?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched him explain the same thing.
Okay.
The same language with this sphere, and that's where everything converges.
Yeah.
And remember the Klein Hayde character from way back?
Yes.
He also, when he was dropping into that ancient Egyptian language, he was explaining a place where he would go into this cave, see that there was a table, and on that table was a book. On that book, there was this ball of light. And I was like, "What's that light?" He's like, "That's where everything converges. That's where the everything is. It's light. Because it's a ball of light.
Like everything and nothing."
Yeah, this is where everything converges.
Yeah, this ever expanding and contracting of everything and nothing.
Yeah.
within a ball of light.
So let's see.
It's hard not to giggle because of That's not me disrespecting
No.
what is such a, I think, a beautiful topic.
Yeah.
It is it's the appreciation for just how beautiful, but also how silly and playful this whole experience is. And just when you realize that's what it is, you're like, it all means nothing.
Better go brush my teeth anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So carry on.
Well, let's keep discovering the mysteries of the universe. We're
Yes.
about to solve the world's problems here.
Beautiful, perfect.
It doesn't connect anywhere beyond that. It's just everything is encompassed inside of this sphere of existence. And I can view any moment of it throughout itself. It's separate from everything else. It exists in its own space and time and place and everything. And it's now twisting. It's rotating. Instead of being vertical, it's now spinning horizontally while I'm still inside the sphere. It's like spinning around itself in the middle where I am. I'm like the pivot point of it, spinning around like incredibly fast, like a helicopter blade, like just spinning around, so much so that it blurs into itself. Again, the aspect of it's blurring, it becomes blurrier and blurrier the faster it spins. And I can almost move throughout that blur and position myself inside of that. And that becomes another point of experience that didn't exist in the linear sphere, the horizontal orientation. It couldn't exist like that. So now the spinning of it allows for it to show more. And now it's spinning in every other three-dimensional direction. It's not just on one axis, it's in every possible axis. Still spinning around me, but yet I'm separated from it, and I can rotate through every one of those spaces. And it's now another sphere of blurring spheres within the black and white, and it's all part of it. And it doesn't. There's a boundary to it now. There's a sphere where it's all encompassed, where that rotation is happening. It doesn't allow me to go beyond that edge, even though there feels like there's more. That edge is like a barrier because it can't spin any more than that. It's spinning in every possible way it knows how to, but it needs to now move through space instead of spinning. It needs to translate through the space, which has unlocked itself again to another level. And now that sphere can stretch and shrink down on itself while moving, while rotating, while spinning, everything. It's all simultaneously happening at the same time. And anywhere I position it, I can move this idea around. And it exists at the same point everywhere, but it doesn't have a unifying spot where it comes from. It's all equally the same to itself. And now I'm questioning why I know that. How do I know how do I know it can do that? It's asking me why I know it. And I don't have an answer. The fact that I can observe it and move it and interact with it proves that it happens. And every time I think about how I can interact with it more, it then becomes that. And that therefore proves that it can exist because it has come into my awareness that it exists. And it's
This is like the quantum mechanical experimentation of the observer effect, which you brought up before.
Yes.
It, again, asks him, asks a question essentially, and it's like, it wants me essentially to interact with it. And it's like when I observe it, when I'm aware of it, it moves into that position, proving its existence within that domain.
Observing makes it so.
Yes, and simply by shifting into something of a position or awareness, it expands into that. And it is intelligent because it's saying, yes, it's true that you can do this and it is happening. You are proving it in real time, creating as you think it. As you move and interact with it, it's proving itself.
As a co-creator.
Yeah, like it's
creating and observing, but the observing is what makes it so.
Yes, and the limitations are your imagination, as far as you can think. And so it's stepping in stages. Look where it started: a sphere or square, sphere, in it, vertical, then horizontal, then all possible directions. It's going dimensionally.
It's spinning on every possible axis
in the sphere, and then it moves through space. It's moving in a direction now, the whole thing, and it's expanding now within that also direction. It's going multi-dimensional,
expanding and contracting, like the words I use.
Yes, so it's just literally like you see a square going to a cube, eventually into a tesseract, and you're just seeing multi-dimensions is what it's moving towards essentially, and it's based on his will or acceptance of a direction or possibility.
So even maybe to put that back into my jar of M&Ms concept, that's like shaking up the M&M and spinning it around.
And then expanding the jar and moving the jar through time and space.
Wow.
Yes. It's showing him, looks like in a linear fashion so he can learn. It's comprehensible, but showing him stages of dimensional expansion.
Wow.
That's what I'm picking up anyway.
That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah. Let's see where he goes.
I can see that because it doesn't know itself that is true.
I'm going to go backwards a little
even
bit.
though it's doing it.
Yeah, to give us a run.
It doesn't understand how it works. Questioning why I know that. How do I know how do I know it can do that? It's asking me why I know it. And I don't have an answer. The fact that I can observe it and move it and interact with it proves that it happens. And every time I think about how I can interact with it more, it then becomes that. And that therefore proves that it can exist because it has come into my awareness that it exists.
I think, therefore I am.
Yes. I was going to say that before when we
Yeah.
listened to it. Yes.
This is insane.
And it's surprised that I can see that because it doesn't know itself that is true, even though it's doing it. It doesn't understand how it works. So it needs me to tell it that I can do that and it can do that.
Oh, man. Okay.
I'm getting just an acceptance of what he's saying to be true, how it feels.
Yeah. So this is for me leading literally right to some of the original words of one Plato, where he came up with the idea, the philosophical position of essentialism or idealism. Idealism being like consciousness is primary. So the counter argument being physical is primary, physicalism.
Yes.
But what Plato was positioning was that in the beginning there was an idea. It's an idea. And saying nothing about the Bible, in the beginning there was the word.
Yeah.
Right. And so the word I think is an idea essentially. And then it becomes so an consciousness is an idea. And the idea is who am I? What am I? And so the expansion of the universe is like the inhale, the creation of all possibilities, all vantage points, all at once, the everything, and then the ability to be conscious in every single point through dimension and time. You can now learn about yourself, and by that observation in every vantage point, you can prove that you exist, which is the essential idea, answering the original question: who am I? What am I?
I think therefore I am.
Yes.
I think therefore I am also is that that idea of, does the physical create consciousness or does consciousness create the physical? And I feel like that's alluding to consciousness observes the physical, making it so.
Yep. It proves its existence. I exist because I can I am aware.
Yeah.
That's literally what Rene Descartes was saying.
And without awareness, you do not exist.
Yes. It's the only thing I can be certain of is that I exist. While everything is uncertain.
Oh, wow. Fucking process that one. This is under hypnosis.
This guy is just coming out with this. And so he doesn't know, but my research and my knowledge, my experience, I can connect this to biblical origins, the first chapter. I can connect this to metaphysical origins, to the philosophical positions of these powerhouse like Plato.
I mean, this is all wonderful knowing this and hearing this. And let's assume it's confirmed and true and this is what it is. What do we do with this information? Are we meant to do anything with it, or just?
Okay, that will be the discussion point after, because that's a big one.
Yes.
But eventually we'll have to upgrade. So we've learnt the phenomena. It's telling us to zoom out. Why? Is because our zoomed out philosophies at the highest level are flawed. It's like believing in physicalism as the highest of truth, that which is observable empirically is the highest of truth, is flawed. So it shows us that flawed nature in this phenomena, right? Saying, hey, man, you're more than what you think you are in the physical. Cool. Now you work backwards down to the systems where your systems are not organized to adhere to these truths.
Yes.
So then we come back to the simplicity of the world again. Okay, what do we ethically do about the way we practice psychology? All these kind of things. Yeah.
All right. So I think, therefore I am, and my observation makes it true.
Makes it true. It's like it is conscious because it wants to know what it is. It's like it doesn't know what it is, and his position of observation is proving its existence. Now it knows it exists because he's observing it.
This is my favorite conversation I think I've ever had
It's
in my
so
life.
beautiful. This is poetry in motion.
Oh, beautiful.
It sort of understands that, but it doesn't. It needs to know more about why that's the case. It doesn't feel satisfied with that answer. It needs more to prove it, almost, even though I know it doesn't need to be. It just needs to. I just need to move it more and experience more with it, and that will then prove it to be true more and more. And it's becoming, there's multi versions of the same spitting sphere now spreading from itself, like bubbles forming. They appear and disappear unto themselves, each part its own but separate. It's its own universe appearing and disappearing simultaneously while spinning and rotating, and every perceivable version of that inside of itself. The bubbles are spreading, but they're also minimizing it at the same time at the equal and opposite rates. Everything is like becoming bigger yet smaller, more powerful yet shrinking. It all exists at the same time. And now I'm telling it that the bubbles are there and it forms itself and it goes, I can do that. I've proven that this is possible. What more can it be? And every time I think that there's more to it, there's more layers to it. It doesn't really end. There's just a layer beyond that where the bubbles now start opening up and flipping back on themselves and instantly rotating and morphing into another thing. And there's a bubble that encompasses everything, and it shrinks on itself, and then it separates, and then it pops out, and then everything again starts from that, and it separates again. And
do you need to pause?
It kind of makes so much sense, yet it blows my mind. I had this vision in my head the other day of, Delby brought it up in the podcast where we're talking about what is vibrational, what makes high vibration and low vibration good and bad. And it didn't really matter in the end, because I had a vision of, well, they're both the same thing, leveling out to a almost a dissipation, because if it was so low, if you look at it as like a sound wave, the lower it gets it's eventually going to get to a point where it's almost a flat line. And if you look at a high vibe, so vibing more and more and more and more, it's going to be so close together, it's also going to appear as a flat line. Both of them sort of live within that sort of edge of, if they go so far one way, if it's high vibrational or low vibrational, they both basically don't exist. And that sort of in the middle where we exist now is like that almost that nice little ebbs and flows, ups and down, the waves, the peaks and troughs. And yeah, the higher you go, the lower you go, it doesn't matter which way you go, they're both going to disappear.
Yes.
And cease to exist. Yes. So it is that ever-expanding contraction and expansion.
Yeah, you're talking about perspective.
Yes.
Everything is perspective.
Yes.
Relativity. Relative to your position, you'll experience it as good or bad, big or small, hot and cold. Not because there is an actual 0 point, but it's just because you'll choose a position in which to experience it, and it gives it its quality or value.
Now, some people might not be wanting or ready to hear that, which we discussed in the coffee shop before, the Kabbalion.
Kabbalion, yeah.
Kabbalion. And the first of those 7 rules was it's all mental.
It's all mental.
Which
all is mental.
I think for that, therefore I am.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Everything goes
what a
through
synchronistic,
mind.
what a synchronistic day.
Yeah.
For it to all come around like that. We didn't even know we were going to chat about that, but yes. Oh, and there's more.
Again, look at this thing, unsatisfied. The universe around him is intelligent, but with a tendency to not be satisfied with its current position of knowledge. So look at our tendency to ever expand. It's beyond us. There is a compulsion, an innate, inherent compulsion to know everything that ever was. And so he's experiencing this intelligent, but he's playing the position of already knowing. But so he's playing, let's say, God, because consciousness is God, like this one thing. So he's playing this position of like, I already know. I know because we inherently know.
Inherently, yes.
But we can't help the physical, the dual part, the physical needing to see everything that ever is and was.
Yeah.
And so he's experiencing what? The physical, tangible, the particle physicality of the universe needing to see itself in every position that ever was and is.
Yes.
Until it's satisfied.
And he inherently knows that he doesn't need to know, which is what he said, didn't he? Yes.
Yes, but it needs to see itself out. So everything that he's dancing with it essentially, one step forward, the other meets it forward, and it's like I'm now willing to experience the next dimensional evolution, which is now the bubbles are folding back on themselves and one bubble consuming another. And so it's satisfying the infinite vantage points.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had a little moment of, Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, man. I think this one's going to be the most popular episode.
Yes, it's great.
I don't know which one is currently, but this one, I think people are just going to be conversing on this.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I love. This will give so much value to conversations.
Yeah, hearing someone else's experience is it's very organic. I like that. Yeah. We are imposing our own thoughts on top of that, but just they get to make their
absolutely.
This is why I like, and sorry to stop us from going forward, but the book of the Journey of Souls book I've been reading. I fly through these transcripts of the what is happening within the hypnosis, because I get to use my reasoning and logic to go, well, this is what I believe it to mean. When the author starts imposing their views on what they're perceiving to be happening, it's still valid. It's still got its value in there. But I'm like, well, that's what you're perceiving it to be. I perceive it as different. I'm taking it this way. And that's what I think this is. Like, we're imposing our thoughts on what we're taking. But someone hearing what he says now, listening at home, they might go, no, I take it as this. But wow, this is lovely. This is affirming everything I thought. Or some people are like, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be good.
And it's not like the language we're using. We're not saying this is something in a firm affirmation. What's happening is like there's a willingness to fumble through the curiosities by linking things.
Yes.
It links to this, it links to that, links to this. And so you'll never hear me say an absolute truth about this stuff.
No.
I'll leave that for the consolidation when we actually create systems or methods, ethics around practice where it lands in the physical society, because that's when it's a shared mind with others. Then it becomes, okay, let's put something tangible, the best that we can conjure up with multiple minds, multiple vantage points to make sense of this thing. So I'll never tell someone what's real or not real based on these things. I've just got a bunch of data in my head. But when it comes to creating a system or telling someone what's real, it's like that should be done in groups.
Yes.
Always. Collective. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very good. I can't help but giggle. And I know people don't like sometimes giggling in these situations. It's not a nervousness. It's not it's just this. acceptance of how fun, playful this idea is.
Dude, you shouldn't feel apologetic for giggling. That's the joy of the universe because it's absurd and it should be laughed at. Absurdity.
Classic.
Let's continue.
Keeps going back on itself. But then that point keeps flipping. It doesn't know. Then the world that it exists in, the space it exists in, flips on itself. It's not. It's now a separated layer. The playing board that the whole experiment happened on is now being folded away like a board, and that in itself creates a different feeling of existence within that. And it's being folded onto itself while everything is inside of it, and it's getting compressed and tighter. And that feeling is like overwhelmingly, it's compressed to such a degree that it doesn't feel like it could never escape from that. Every part of existence is folded on itself. There's a point inside of that where it's rotated around me this entire time. That's like the epicenter of it all. And it doesn't feel like anything could be smaller than that. Yet I can still zoom out and understand the whole, but I'm also inside of it at the same time. It doesn't really make much sense to how that works. And then it unfolds itself and like pushes out from the bottom, explodes out of the bottom of its container in like a fractal, like spider web of existence. And it then folds back on itself again and constantly keeps doing that. And it's like time is now speeding up, and I'm seeing one of those existences play out every fraction of a second, but they're all equally the same. They all exist. They all are useful, and they keep proving to itself that it exists every time that happens. And it almost needs its proof. Its level of proof is overwhelming. It still isn't satisfied that that is true and that it can do it. The more that I show it can do it, the more it wants to be proven. It's not satisfied with that idea that it exists. It needs more to prove. And I can continue to think of more ideas of that, but it feels overwhelming to satisfy that need because it's already true to me. I have a hard time getting beyond that. Feels like there's a barrier beyond the folding of existence. Everything is then in some other box that is almost separated from this completely, and it's not, the laws of what we were doing before don't exist anymore. There's another layer that is untouchable now. There's a barrier, and now it's told me that there we go, that's the edge. We've proven that I am not the thing you say I am because there's an edge to me. But I know there's more beyond that. I just can't access it yet. My thoughts don't express that level of awareness yet. I've hit a barrier, and that's okay because it doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means there's more to be done. It's just a piece to me that's come over. It's just acceptance of that. That's okay. That is. It's not. It's okay to accept that not everything is known, and that it doesn't need to be yet.
Oh my God.
And then he just opens his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And
so for everyone else, his eyes have just opened by itself.
He just stopped.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to pause it there because, he takes a bit of time to reorient himself. And now he's going to make sense of what the hell just happened.
Wow. Just watching him just go bang.
Yeah.
So he had this acceptance at the end of it's okay that he doesn't, what did he say? His awareness, his thinking isn't ready or doesn't have the capacity to understand,
Yeah.
make sense of
Yep.
this.
Here's
And
your
that's
barrier.
okay, and that's okay.
There is more, and you know there's more, but that's all that's needed for now. And there's now
Yeah.
just a peace.
Yeah, the understanding that there is more, you know there's more, but that's
Yeah.
all you need to know. You don't need to know what the more is.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So think about the pursuit of knowledge and what we've learned so far in reading everything about seekers of knowledge. Seekers go deeper and deeper, like Dunning-Kruger effect. You want to know everything, and it's this compulsion that maybe
Yeah.
if I try harder, read more books, do the right rituals, do the retreats or whatever it is, do that coursework, I'll know more. I'll know. It's like this unsatiable hunger and thirst to know the everything. But eventually, when you meet someone that's been humbled by wisdom, eventually Alan Watts, it's like
Yeah.
you laugh at it all, and it doesn't, there's actually a letting go that you can't know it all. And then there is just a felt letting go that, yep, I understand enough to then point me back to this position that I don't need to know it all. And it's just going to keep doing its thing in some cyclical way.
Yeah. That word he used, peace,
Yeah, peace.
which is what we all want.
Peace of mind.
I mean, everyone says happiness. Oh, I want to be happy.
Mm.
You want peace.
That's what a child would say.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be like, chase your happiness.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
what you love.
Yeah.
Now I will do what makes you at peace.
Well, because that integrates suffering. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's correct.
Yeah, because you
And
can't
so
be happy and suffer.
That is beautiful. That like understanding that there is more, but just knowing that there is more is enough.
Yep.
You don't need to know.
Yep.
And that's it. That's enough. And that's peaceful. That is beautiful.
So my client here has been taken on the entire journey that a seeker would play out in his life for, say, 40 years maybe, we've heard. Seeking, and then eventually to be humbled. Eventually you meet a wise elder, and it's like an Alan Watts type laughable, joyful, peaceful state that, look, man, there's light and dark and everything's possible all at once, and it eventually just leads you to, okay, I can just drink my tea and go do that thing over there, do something a bit disruptive, and eventually just get back to the game, but there's now a feeling of peace.
Yeah, that I've definitely spoken about the concept that Alan Watts has spoken of when you stop seeing yourself as something to be improved instead of a process to be honored.
Yeah.
That's when you'll start to feel truly free.
Yep.
You'll start to experience peace, because whatever we experience here and whatever I guess from what we can tell, what we choose to experience here, kind of doesn't matter.
No, there's something so much bigger.
Yeah.
Again, like the finger, thinking it's so important.
Yeah.
But it's just connected to my body.
Mm.
Well, how insignificant is my body connected to the earth?
Yeah.
That I
When you
think I'm
zoom out.
important.
Well, this is and bringing it back to like tangible moments you can understand around the life that we live in right now. You know, I've got bills to pay, I've got this to do, I've got that to do. When you zoom out in the grand scheme, what does it mean? When you zoom out, it's hard to zoom out when you're in it.
Of course, you
because
feel
it
everything.
is here. It is everything.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm facing down homelessness. I'm facing hunger.
Correct.
I'm facing the visceral, physical experience of it all, and it's very real.
And that's not to disregard some of these abhorrent experiences that people do experience, but it is. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Do we want to dive more into this, or do we want to save that into the next episode where we unpack a bit more?
Yeah, I think we'll save it.
Okay.
Do you want to see 5 minutes of how he...
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how a human comes out of something so foreign
Yeah.
and then pieces their mind back together.
Yeah, okay.
Just to see the language he's using and how he's trying to collect himself.
That does it. Yes, definitely. Let's have a listen to that.
All right.
Okay. That was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Take a moment to just
Yeah, that was a lot.
He's almost in tears.
Yeah, you don't have to run back off into your identity of Dan.
Mm.
Just sit with what you experience with openness and curiosity. The overall message, just notice feelings of the body.
I'm eating macadamias. It's like my popcorn while I was just on a monologue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
I do feel much lighter right now. Like, yeah, I feel really hot as well, but I've got a fan on me. It's helping, I think. I feel, yeah, my legs feel like they're still kind of floating a little bit. I just feel very light, and my back was a bit sore before, and it feels very like loose, and yeah, I feel like I can move it very, really nice. Oh. Yeah, wow. It's like I was aware of what I was saying, but I also don't really like. It's just coming to me, I guess. Just whatever was present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I don't think I have anything really for that. I think it feels. I feel very true in what I said. I guess there's like parts of me that allowed themselves to come out that I probably haven't felt open to do before, and yeah, I don't know. There's parts of that are scary as well. There's a lot of weird confliction around some of the energy fields and the pulling stuff. This idea of feeling useless, like my hands were useless, that I needed to like prove myself to my family and my worth. And then there's like this acceptance that it's okay because we do the best we can with it, and there's more after. I'm sort of losing a bit of it. And then I remember at the end, this like real, like crazy, like fractal idea of like everything spinning and like connecting and like flipping on itself, and just like basically seeing existence create itself in real time around me and with me, and like it's part of me. Like the more I interacted with it, the more it wanted my feedback with it or something. That was really odd because it's like it knew it existed, but it didn't. It needed to prove to me. It was getting me to prove to itself that it existed by showing that I could make it do things and create it as well at the same moment. That was pretty wild. But then I think I hit a wall or something where I couldn't go further, and then it almost like felt. It was like saying to me like, yeah, look, you can't. That's it. You can't go more. And like it almost felt like self-righteous in that, because it's like, yeah, I told you that. That's it. That's what I am or something. And I was like, oh, like I can't. Maybe that is all I can get to. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a lot. Crazy.
Well done you for just allowing it to go, just allowing yourself to just go with it without judgment. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all there inside you. What do you do with that? This is why they say spirituality is sacred, and spirituality is sacred. It's you. Like nothing needs to be validated externally. That was your personal individual journey. A lot of things that you've said line up with a lot of the other things that have been said in these deeper states. Very interesting. It's a lot. I think so. Now it's about enjoying the process of integrating that, of like seeing where it lands, where it makes sense conceptually in this reality.
Yeah.
What does it mean to me? What questions was I curious about that this is sort of answered in some way? And only you can really just play with that curiosity now.
Yeah, I think that the big one sort of feels like being of use, of service on some level. That kind of kept coming up on it in a different way. And like losing my ability to do stuff felt really important. That the loss of that felt overwhelming. Like I couldn't, like I didn't deserve to exist if I couldn't be of use in a way. And I guess the relinquishing of that feeling freed me to like allow myself to be more present now and not have to be as constrained by that. I think that's what I'm sort of getting
That's the point.
And then the end where it was like the fucking universe, like, I don't know, that was just like a glimpse of like kind of what's happening almost, it felt like. But then the end has kind of got me a little bit where it's like, I've hit that edge, that barrier, I don't know. I don't really know how to interpret that. Feels like I'm stuck. It's like I've unlocked something, but then I've just hit another roadblock, I guess. Or something like that. Yeah. Well, all right. It's pretty crazy shit.
Yeah.
It feels like I mean, I've had like mushroom trips and stuff, and you probably get this all the time, but like that felt more intense than probably any mushroom trip I've ever had, in terms of like the sort of knowingness of it being true. Like, not that I've not experienced it before, but not to that degree. Yeah. It sort of like presented itself as truth instantaneously, and then it didn't even allow me the time to recognize it as not, I couldn't even conceptualize it not being true. It just came into existence, appeared, and was like, I'm here, obviously, this is it. And then it went away, and I was like, I just have to accept that that's true. I can't even rationalize my way through it.
I accept.
It just feels like it kind of, just like, I don't know, like just came at me, hit me, went into me, that's it. Something like that.
I wonder why is the big scientific question. Why is it such a truth? Why does it leave no room for question?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't even let me. Like, I couldn't, the second I like even started to think about that, it would just either disappear or the next thing would happen, and it's just happened. Like, there's no more, it didn't need to explain itself, because why would it? Like, there is no point. That's not the point of, so that wasn't the point of it. It was just trying to get me to see it, I guess, experience it. Yeah. Was there something about some mud or some rain stuff?
So he's remembering.
Yeah, that one felt pretty strong.
Like a dream.
Like I fell down a cliff of mud or something, and then I had some family as well, and I don't know. I was carrying a bucket or something. That was part of it. Yeah.
And you failed.
Yeah, I fell down at the end. Yeah.
I said you failed.
That one felt really strong. Like, yeah, I don't know fully how to articulate that, but it was very I just felt defeated by it. Like, it got me, I was in a hole, I dug a hole or something, and then I couldn't, like, I was just cowering in this hole and I couldn't escape from it, and I tried to get out, but it failed anyway. And the rain was just like insane. Like, it was like an entire river on top of me. Yeah, that one was crazy. Yeah, my knees feel good though. that first one, to like the snake or something. There was something about me stopping on the snake. That one, that was interesting. Didn't feel as strong as the other one. It was kind of like simpler, I guess. Maybe it was just like, oh, here's the thing that happened, and then I died and just like felt it go away. Yeah. So I feel like I'm forgetting a bunch of stuff. But
I wonder how you're going to upgrade your philosophies and beliefs now. Starting this conversation saying,
yeah,
I don't really believe in it, but I'd like to see something pretty concrete to believe in past lives.
Yeah, that's wild. It's actually wild. Like,
so I didn't prompt you. I didn't tell you to go to past lives. Literally just looking at your body. That's all. Looking at the energy of the body and letting that talk to you, let it show you things.
Yeah, I could feel it in my body when I was reacting to stuff like the motion of things and like where things were happening. It felt very like, I don't know if I was really moving much, but it felt like I was really reacting to it. Like, I don't know, like it's like when I was stomping on that snake, like my entire leg was just cramped. Like, I was pushing with everything I had. And I've got like a stool here, and I think I was pushing it into the wall, and like I don't really know, but yeah. And there was another. There was like these two like entities that were like on the side of me, like trying to trick me or something, like coming in and out. That was really, it was like distracting me. It was like pulling my attention either side.
How do you make sense of that? What do you intuitively feel they were, or what their purpose was?
It didn't feel bad. It wasn't. It was like they were kind of like being cheeky with me and tricking me in a certain way. Like they weren't. It didn't feel like evil. Like they were trying to pull me out or something. It was more just like they were like, "Oh, I exist. I'm here. Hi, in and out of existence, and then they were like swinging into me and like connecting to my energy and sucking it in, but like swing it back and then also like kind of re-adding it. It wasn't like they were pulling, it was like they were just playing with it, pushing it in and out continually. And then the other one came. So the first one was like quite small originally, like it was just like a little playful kind of thing. And then this bigger one came that was like huge relative to the other one. And that one was like quite not aggressive, but it was very much in my face, like doing this whole thing. And that it sucks my energy, but in a different way. It was kind of like latching onto it and just holding it there while still pulsating and all the shit. And it was really distracting between the two. It's trying to like focus my attention, because like if I focus my attention on one of them, I could stop it. I could have it sit with me almost. And then the other one, it was so here that it stopped me from concentrating on this one, and then that one kept going, and this one was overwhelming. And then eventually I sort of, I don't know, like I guess it felt.
Shall I leave it there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite valuable to have him actually just make sense of it as well, you know, his interpretations of it all.
And I would like you to pass on my thanks to him for letting us use that.
Well, he's going to watch this podcast. He felt honoured that I even asked that we could do this, considering your podcast inspired him to connect with me and have this experience.
Yeah.
It's the full circle where he can give back as well, and he would love that appreciation from you.
I love that, mate. Let's leave that there.
Yeah.
This has been a very good episode. I mean, at the start of this, I thought it was just going to be us watching this for 45 minutes and having a little. It's probably gone for about 3 hours or just under or something like that. So depending on what I cut out there,
Let this spark many meaningful conversations.
Yes.
Let this inspire people's limitations. Let it provoke courageously. Let it provoke the limitations of your belief. Have conversations without a position of absolutism.
Yeah.
Have some humility around this experience, as this is a human. And this is a person that was willing to submit to himself and to this process with me. And this is just what's unfolded. Be courageous and be open-minded, connected to as many things you can, you know, to enrich the consciousness and knowledge of this world, of your community, you know. Be willing to kill off the old versions of the self, just to allow exploration, even no matter how spiritual you are as well. You know, just because you're in spirituality, you assume that there is already a righteousness. But no, without looking for things to validate anything, just keep being curious and have conversations with people that have different perspectives. That's what this is about, you know, insight. We've been given a little gem here, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly how I describe it. And an insight as to, you know, someone's authentic, real experience, and what we listeners at home choose to take from that is up to them. But that's very difficult to fake that explanation of what he's described there.
Yeah. And look, the beauty, like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've had many people go into these types of definition explorations, but the beauty of why this one's significant and why I asked him is because of his articulation. He stayed true to just languaging everything, giving it language, fleshing it out, perspective. He tried his best to keep throwing language at the experience. And many people hold so much back with judgment or analysis of what that would sound like to say out loud. And they do a lot of processing internally, which I can only work with what they share.
Yeah.
He's allowed himself to just flow, throwing language at experience essentially, and given us the rich qualitative research of his inner world.
He's given us a gem.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll also get his contact after. I might reach out to him personally because that's incredible. But mate, thank you for another incredible episode. Let's go have a bite to eat. Let's have a chill for a bit, and then we come back, maybe unpack this a little bit, and then do some other things that we were going to chat about anyway. And as always, mate, always a pleasure having you on. And cheers for coming on, buddy.
Well.